Hey, you guys, this is Erico, and I am back again on your computer screen, iPhone screen, iPad screen, whatever screen you may be watching this on. Hope you guys are doing well because I have not been doing well. I have been sick back to back to back, and to top that all off, I got food poisoning just yesterday. So I've been throwing up, guts all over the floor, lying in the guts because I've been too weak to do anything really. I'm finally feeling a little bit better today. Hope you guys enjoyed your Christmas. Hope you guys are enjoying leading up to the new year. That is just you bonding with your family or just enjoying the ultimate gift of life because being alive is the ultimate gift. So, we're starting this off with some sad news from South Korea, and it has to do with a very well known popular actor that's been around since the early 2000s. He came to prominence in the early 2000s, and he has been in a lot of scrutiny, and it has to do with just drug scandal he was in. It was a lot leading up to him deciding to ultimately take his life, and it was his word against this hostess from a bar. He was basically in a battle with this woman who was singing like a canary in the police station and saying that, I met him multiple times. He was doing drugs. He said, no, I didn't know that it was drugs. She tricked me and then she tried to blackmail me. And he's been going to the police station multiple times for questioning back to back to back drug tests. The drug test came back saying that it was negative. He also was going to do a lie detector test, and they were getting ready for that and were going to wait for the results. His manager and his agency were very much behind him, and he was pushing for the truth. But meanwhile, public opinion of him was not good. There was a lot of people online that were blaming him, saying that he was cheating on his wife, and ooh, I talked about this in another video when I first covered this story. And now we find that he has taken his life in Seoul. He used charcoal and flame to produce carbon dioxide and, decided that he was going to exit this world. This put a lot of people in shock. I was in shock. I was like, oh. When I saw the headlines and the news on TV, I was like, why? And now I'm going to be honest with you. My initial shock and the reason why I was saying, no, why? Was because I was disappointed. He was pushing so hard for his innocence, and for him to go and to take his own life, it's sad, and all of us are mourning his death. But I'm a person who thinks. So while it's like, oh, this is so sad, and he was such a talent that is now lost, that we won't see anything else from him ever again. Him deciding to do this action threw away all that he was working towards. So now there's still going to be people that be like, well, he probably did do it, and maybe the bar hostess was right because he's going to go and take his own life. Maybe he was trying to hide something. And like I said before, it's not hard to finagle a drug test or even a lie detector test, especially if you have money and you're a person of power. I wanted to believe, and I still do believe, that there's more to this story. However, I would say, I wish he had just come clean. Or if he didn't do it, let it all play out. Because there are so many people that have had drug scandals in South Korea's celebrity history. And they bounced back. And he could have bounced back from this. So for him to go and write a note to his family and then go to Seoul and do this. The thing that I always say when it comes to deciding to exit this world is that death is not a scary thing. Death is to not be feared. What you're doing when you decide to do this is you're hurting the people that you're leaving behind. That's who you're hurting the most. You can go on and do what you want to do and go on about your business. But think of the people, your parents, your wife, your kids. They're going to be left with this grief for however long they may live. And it's sad. It's very sad to me. The whole situation surrounding this case is so sad. I don't know if he showed signs of him deciding to do this. I don't know what was going on in his home life. There might have been a whole lot of fights and everything that were going on. It might have been just a disabled, unstable household. Or maybe people turned their backs on him because of this. The last thing that I will say about this is that there are a lot of people that are saying that, oh, they need to change their drug laws. I don't agree with that. Especially if you're coming from a place, a position where you are living in a country where the drug laws are more relaxed. I don't think that you have a right to talk about, how they choose to view marijuana and all that stuff like that over there. This has been something that's been like this for a while. What needs to be talked about is if you know that there's laws for your home country, don't sneak and try to do drugs anyway. And I'm not saying that he did it, but let's be real. That hostess, she brought up a lot of names. It wasn't just his. And there have been other instances in the past where celebrities have been caught with drugs. And they know that they're not supposed to be doing it. And they do it anyway. So if I'm from a country where I know that it's illegal, I'm not going to do it. I've worked hard for my career. I worked hard to get to a certain income and to make sure that I'm well off, my family's well off, my parents are well off. I'm not going to jeopardize that to be high. I'm just not going to do that. Once again, not saying that this man did this, but it is something to think deeply about. Think about your actions before you do them. Think about being in certain places where things are done that might jeopardize yourself in the long run. So I say to him, rest in peace, I guess. My prayers go out to his family. My prayers go out to his fans, to the people that worked with him. They had a private funeral. I'm not surprised. A lot of people from the entertainment industry were attending that. They seemed to be disheveled, trying to hold it together, trying not to show any type of emotion or give anything away as they were going into, the funeral. It's a lot. Then we have in other news, we got teenagers putting graffiti all over Korean palaces. We were talking about pieces of history of Korea. I mean, we got so much history from Korea that was demolished by Japan in the past, and now we got Korean people promoting streaming free movies on palace walls. There's no respect. There's no respect at all. And then the first perpetrator, they found that he actually got paid to do it too. He got paid over 100,000 won to do it. And the police found the messages, but they were using that app Telegram. That was actually smart. I'm not gonna lie to you, because it's hard for the Korean police to really go in that because it's a foreign app and it wasn't made in South Korea. But they found out, most of the background of why. And then after that, there was another instance where they still were doing it, but they did it in English this time, talking about some freemovie.com on the palace wall. I can't. Respect your artifacts. Respect your historical sites. There's so many other walls you could have done graffiti on. Why the Palace Wall? People go there to enjoy the sights and the history, and tourists go there to enjoy that old part of South Korea. Nobody wants to see it being defaced. Nobody. That's not cute. It's not cool. Don't do that. Then we have like streaming of older songs from like 2016, 2013. Here I'm mostly talking about the title track Miracles in December, more so than actually First Snow itself. First Snow was a song that actually streamed at #1, but I don't remember really liking that song back in the day. I really mostly liked the title track, which was Miracles in December, and the classical feel of it. So this is what you're mostly getting here in this clip. EXO like rose to prominence again out of nowhere with their old Christmas song. I was not prepared. And I haven't listened to this song in a long time. Like it made me want to go back and listen to this song. I was like, ooh, I remember this. I'm like, this song was a very good seasonal ballad. And you know, they are riding off of this success right now. They done gone and like re-singing it live and everything. It's such a beautiful song, beautiful harmony. Even just the classical version of it where they're not singing at all. Beautiful instrumental. Oh my goodness, you guys. Definitely revisit this song if you've been a long time EXO fan. If you are not an EXO fan and you've never heard this song, or you were a baby or weren't born in 2016, go check it out. Lastly, I'm going through like a lot of stuff in my head, but like TVXQ is back. They have been around for a while and they look like they're vampires. They have not aged at all. They're still coming out with good music. I'm excited to listen to their new album. They did the Killing Voice, or is it Killing Verse? Where all those celebrities go and they basically sing live in a studio with the color background. They killed that. I mean, they killed it. Vocals for days. Ugh. Oh. Ugh. It's just, ugh. Like, they are just disgustingly good. Because they were hitting all them notes. All them hard notes live. And we'll get some singers that go in there that cannot sing as good as they can, you know, actually from the audio of their CDs. Or what they do is, since they're doing songs back to back to back, they won't attempt to hit the hard notes in their songs because they don't want to sound bad. I saw these two men. We're talking about a group where it was a whole group of guys and now they're down to two. They sang all their parts and did the hard notes. And you can tell that they've been around for a long time and they're professional. They had bottles of water while they were singing. They were preparing for those notes. They were ready. I'm like, all of the rookie groups need to be looking at them. Like, they really do, because they were doing the damn thing. And I was proud. I'm like, to be a fan of theirs for so long and to see that they still rocking and still showing the newer groups, like, this right here is how it is done. So you guys, all of this I've talked about is a lot to think about. How do you feel about all of this? Put below your thoughts. I want to hear what you have to say. I love reading your comments. Be sure to subscribe, like this video. You can dislike this video, it's up to you. And also, follow my social media, mostly my Instagram. Also have a blog in East Asian pop culture. The link is always down in the description box below. And remember, be real, stay real, live in the real, and I will always be back. Thank you guys for watching. I will see you in the next video. Happy New Year's.